Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? Today we're going to tackle the most annoying recipe that I have ever seen. Yes, we are going to make a nanobot beacon, which does require something called cured organic mythic board. Just the one. So are you ready? Let's get started. Everything is going to begin with the uncured organic mythic board. That means first we need to find someone called the outfitter, because he's going to sell us the rare shader. We just need two. We have our first two items. Amazing. We need some owlet wing, some extend cables, peridot plates, some circuit plates, and then we need some reprocessed cosmic meatball, which does require a cosmic meatball singularity thanks to Vex. Well, I guess thank you, Vex. At least he got the jam. So, Cosmic Meatball Singularity. That is the pattern for it, and I think we can just order it. Lovely. While the Cosmic Meatball is being prepared, we also need a plate of compressed mythic matter. I already have a pattern for it. Let's craft it. It's basically a combination of all the garbage that you get from Advent of Ascension. Oh, both of them are ready. Lovely. We just pulverize the singularity. Oh, Jebcrafter. Thank you, Jebcrafter. Anyways, that goes over there. The mythic plate goes in the center. And we have the uncured organic mythic board. Awesome. Are we done? No, because now we have to start curing it. The first part of this process is to cure it using refined fuel, and we get the once coated organic mythic board. We are already making refined fuel for something, so we just take a bucket. So there you go. Once coated organic mythic board. And we wasted the fuel. It's fine. We have the once coated organic mythic board. Now we need the twice coated organic mythic board using empowered oil. So I have some canola oil. We get some crystallized seeds. We should ferment the oil. That gives us the refined canola oil. The crystallized seed goes inside. That is crystallized oil. And then empowered. So voila, we have the twice coated organic mythic board. Now we need something called lumitium. From my favorite mod, Content Tweaker. It's a combination of molten lumium and tectonic petroleum. That should be it. So we coat you again. Now this has to go inside a pressurizer, and it's no longer coated, it's fixed. Oh, thank you, Jebcrafter. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. So now we need to infuse it with eptane, which is liquefacted coal and creosote oil. Yes, we have eptane. So now we have the hydrocarbonated organic mythic board. Awesome. Do you think we're done? No. We need mixed heavy fuels from Buildcraft. That basically means we need oil. We don't need that much, so I'm not gonna set up a pump. Actually, let's just go into the reservoir. It's easier to gather oil. The reservoir is full, and that is not my way home. Yes. That way. That oil has to go inside the distiller. What we get is light fuel and heavy fuel in the bottom. And apparently you can only extract it from the top and the heavy fuel from the bottom. Oh, and yeah, it does require power. Anyways, now we have something called heavy oil and it's cool. We need to make it hot using lava, and this is a heat exchanger from Buildcraft. So if we extract the oil and pump in some lava into the heat exchanger, we get nice particle effects. I like that. But what is building up at the top is hot. For searing, we need to do this one more time apparently, like so. We shall provide it with more lava, and that should be searing heavy oil, which I'm assuming we can just put it inside the tank. Yep. Now that is searing heavy oil. We just need a bunch for one bucket. I think that's enough. That goes inside another distiller. On the top, we're going to get heavy mixed fuels, and on the bottom, we're just gonna get residue. Yes, mixed heavy fuels, searing. And that's exactly what we want. Only 2 millibuckets. So again, you go inside the infuser, and voila. Heated organic mythic board. I honestly had no idea how to make different fuels from Buildcraft, so I have used the knowledge of Lord D-Day. He's my Wikipedia of modded Minecraft. So we shall hang him on the wall. Anyways, do you think that we're done? No. We have to infuse it with lava, which is going to make it warm. We have to do this again, and one more time. And now that we have made it hot, we have to put it in jellied cryotium. You know, you make it hot and then you have to freeze it to death. Because now it has to go inside a vacuum freezer, and then we're ready. That was amazing, right? Now, in my personal opinion, that was the most annoying recipe ever. And don't you worry, if you wait for like 5 minutes, there's also a nasty surprise. However, you might notice that I have upgraded the personal nanobot beacon to tier 6, and before being able to assemble it, we need to do something. Previously over here, I used to have a manual setup for pure daisies, and we were getting living rock, living wood, and also living gold. Our supply of living gold is dwindling, so we need to start automating it. I was hoping that I can do the automation after we go to Vita, but we can't wait that long anymore. Oh, you're gathering all the garbage. What you jerk. So first things first, what are the items that we need from a pure daisy? One of them is living rock, living wood. We don't care about the garbage. This was a one-time use. Arcane stone is something that we will get after beta. Obviously living gold. And that's it. So let's try to fix it, I guess. For setting up the pure daisies, we don't really need our applied energistic system, we just need the power. So I'm using a quartz fiber to transfer the power through a cable. We're not sharing channels, we're just transferring power. We're going to have a ring of cables and a ring of formation planes. You see? This one took channels, but it's only 8, so we don't care. We can even use a dense one. It's fine. We want 2 of the formation planes to export stone, 2 of them to export wood, and 2 of them to export blocks of gold. And obviously the last one is just going to be reserved for VTA. So let us get ourselves a refined EMC link. And also for making things a bit simple, we are also going to use a controller. We want to use more than 8 channels. Refined EMC link, and we ask it to export stone, wood, and gold. The system is a teeny tiny bit stupid, so instead of a refined EMC link, I'm using a personal EMC link. Because it was just importing the first item, and since it didn't have any space, it was not placing down stone or wood. But we also have a floating pure daisy on top. We shall have our annihilation planes, like so. We shall have a storage bus, and 1 drawer, which had to be locked first. Let's get 1 sample. We lock the drawer, and then we just put it back, and then just connect you to you. Lovely. It's working. Since the drawer is locked and there are no spaces for other items, we can just put a hopper and an ender chest, so that we can import everything back into our system. Remember, formation planes don't just place down blocks, they place down blocks whenever they're flowing into your system. This is why we have import buses here. And the annihilation planes from AE2 do not have a filter, so we just made sure that they cannot harvest the gold, they have to harvest the living gold. And that's our automation. While we are waiting for some living gold in order to make the nanobot beacon, we need to do some improvement at our farming area. We just need to expand the farm by a teeny tiny bit. I need more patches. Of course, one of them is just going to be reserved for neutronium, so let's get some crooks. We don't really need to craft a seed, we can just take a normal seed from the ground, because it will spread on its own. So if I just plant this one and stop you for like 2 minutes, this should spread. The other seed that I want is for uranium. We'll let that one to spread as well. You see, it's spreading. The thing is, before setting up the reactor area, I used to have around 1 million uranium ingots. Now we have 300,000. So it's dropping, but very slowly. And well, for neutronium, I just thought we have another patch. Why not? Obviously, you can tick accelerate the crops, but that will cause lag, so you might as well just have another patch. I mean, farmland is cheap, so who cares? Besides, we are playing a modpack which gives you a warning. This has a chance of deleting the machine if it's loaded and unloaded often. So I don't know, it's buggy, and it has done that with my grinders. A bit of a change of plans. We're going to have 3 patches for neutronium, and I moved the uranium over here. And we have an extra patch just in case we need something. Also, our supply of living gold is not amazing. Let's see how many blocks do we need. We want the personal nanobot beacon maximum size. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so let's get our modifiers. We need 24. That's the cheap part. We have the panels. That's amazing. And we're missing 155 living gold. Awesome. Worst comes to worst, we craft some of them manually. Yeah, that's super easy. Very easy. We do have a decent supply of living gold, that's actually extra. And our tier 6 structure frames are also ready. And for assembling it, we're going to do it over here. I dug a hole. I have also made sure that it's centered with the nose. And then later on we also have to move the arc reactors. But let's assemble. It's a 15 by 15 by 8, so 1 chunk. Oh boy, it takes ages. Oh, and I'm missing blocks. Oops, around 30 of it. Yes, now it's assembled. However, you might notice we don't have any modifiers, and that's where the nasty surprise comes in. Because of all the modifiers that you see in the JI, we can only craft these ones. So we're going to go with like 5 luck. Fire resistance is not really necessary, saturation is necessary, and night vision. Also water breathing just in case. And I guess that's it. So we have luck 5, saturation, and water breathing. I don't need food ever again. If you look at the quest book for the available buffs, some of these are currently uncraftable, but they will be obtainable in the future. I don't really know what they mean. Do we have to unlock it, or is it going to be available in a future update? So if you have any ideas, I'll welcome it. Now that we have the nanobot beacon, I thought maybe we should pay attention to this side of our base. Not that this side of the base is amazing, but at least we do have a few structures. Over there, it's just floating structures. And to be honest with you, that's not really amazing. Oh, and by the way, I had to rearrange the GUI scale because I couldn't access my bookmarks. I'm hoping this size is acceptable. everybody can see everything. But I think the first thing that we need to do is that we need to move the arc reactors on top of the nanobot beacon so that it will be centered with the nose. The nose is important. I also don't mind having extra arc reactors. They are actually incredibly cheap. And also they do share walls, so can't really complain. It's just that I have to remember there is a 5 gap between the controllers and 7 blocks gap between these controllers and those ones. We want it to be centered is the thing. So that is the shape. Cool. And since I want to have another set, let's make it 2 floors. I'll be right back. It's not the most amazing cover, but inside we have our nanobot beacon as well as 8 arc reactors. But at least the eyes are purple. The flame is also purple. Although purple flame is harmless, so we have to use normal flame to get rid of this hut. This is 1.12. We can't use a hoe. Also, for the moment, all the floating structures are gone. Oh, you don't burn. But you do die. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever we have done today had literally nothing to do with our progression. What should we do about it? Good question. Our main goal at this very moment is to get the nightmare bed. Just ignore the recipe for the moment. Just pay attention to this. Eternal nightmare. If we click on it, that's the recipe. There are 18 recursive fragments corresponding to 18 dimensions of Advent of Ascension. 14 of them we have visited, 4 of them we are about to visit. That bed is going to take us to a dimension called Vitea. Apparently. I'm not sure, I'm not a fan of Divine RPG or Advent of Ascension. Every dimension that we have visited so far had a wormhole. Some of them we got, some of them we didn't. So I think every episode from now, we're going to visit a new dimension from Advent of Ascension, from the 4th mythic shell, and then we're going to visit the old dimensions in order to find the wormholes. Some of them don't even require us to go to a dimension, we can just craft them. Like Mysterium. There you go. Some of them are going to be slightly terrifying, you know? Like Vox. Oh, come on. It's already radioactive. Oh, not the wormhole. It would have been really nice to find it on the first go, but yeah, that doesn't really happen that much in this mod pack. Also, just in case you're wondering, I can't fly, because I'm wearing a hazmat suit. We are at the top, and probably there's just garbage. Yeah, pretty much garbage. Well, we can use pearls. Oh, hi. You scared me. Let's not kill this one. Hi, I guess you're garbage. Well, let me try to find it. I'll be right back. Okay, so first off, I found it. Secondly, I don't really know how to escape. Well, actually, why would you need to escape? We just teleport away. It's in the building with uranium RTGs. I think the final one that we're going to try and discover is the one from Candyland. This one also should be crafted, but unfortunately we're missing an ingredient. Sour candy and lollipop. We have neither of them. Well, over here we can fly. It's not radioactive. Never mind. Also, if you're wondering why I'm confused, these items are from Content Tweaker, meaning that there's no wiki for them. Well, there's a chest. Garbage. Okay, so there is a snail thingy magicabob and there's a chest in it with sour candy. Now we need to find the lollipop. The problem is that everything is just random and loud. Extremely loud. Do you see what's happening to the sky? That's literally damaging my eyes, but yeah. That's the lollipop. Let's get out of this dimension. So, Candyland wormhole. We have the gummy worm, we have the lollipop, we have the sour candy, intense meatball. Oh, it's relatively easy. Yeah, we have the meatballs. So you make the pasta and then you just upgrade it with chilies. Oh, you need 4. And then we need this strange brownie. I have already made this. Yeah, we even have the one. So there you go. Candyland wormhole. We have 9 of the wormholes in total, and if you want to make the recursive fragment, what you would need is the corresponding cap and some of the material that you use in the resource miner. So for example, this is recursive fragment, Vox Ponds. We need Americium and we need the Vox Pond caps. That's the one. Is this a quest? Yeah. It took me a while, but we have all the recursive fragments. Well, at least the 9 that we had the wormhole for them. However, we had enough dimensions for a while, so let's focus on something else. Fabric of reality. We can have half a stack. That's good. Because what I want to craft next is the dimensional stabilizer controller. This guy. And thankfully, I think we're going to have enough of everything. Maybe not. We make more arcane ashes just in case. So 2 episodes ago, I asked, how the hell would you get altered fabric? And well, somebody replied, so I'm very grateful, you just color the fabric of reality. The problem is that if you search altered fabric, there is a very high chance that you're going to miss it. You see, all of them are altered fabric. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering why the hell was I wasting some insanium ingots, I was making the recursive fragment. One of them required insanium blocks. I think that's enough altered fabric. Probably. So in the basement where we have the Dragonfire Forge, we're going to have the dimensional stabilizers. Honestly, I don't have a better place for them. Also, in order to make it go faster, we need the Rune of the Orb, and I guess that's it. And maybe a stick? Cool. What material are you... okay. You put the orb here and you complete that one. What this machine does is that it gives us wall threads. You know, the string that we get from unstable wormholes, like this one. And there are two methods of getting that. One of them is through life essence. It takes 250 seconds and you get 1. The other one is refined life essence. It takes 10 seconds and it gives you 10. But this one is a teeny tiny bit involved, so I'm not gonna do that. And honestly speaking, I don't think it's worth it. Wait, is this... Oh, it's that one. Made the wrong one. Your life essence. The input hatch is at the bottom. So there you go. Now they should be working. Oh, it's actually every 5 seconds now. 1 would have been enough. I think it's because of the Rune of the Orb. Another very small thing that we have to do is that we need to bring back our reactor from the Bigger's reactor mode. I'm in need of cyanide and the bee that I have is not really worth it. I think it has been 15 episodes and he gave me 411 cyanide. It's a very garbage number. We need a reactor, we need to burn yellorium. Besides, this chunk is already loaded, we might as well use it. Also remember that in this mod pack, draconium blocks are the best coolants. Don't really know why, but if I'm not wrong, that should be our reactor. Well, it does need a controller. So there you go. And some reactor ports. Also, it doesn't really have to be fully automatic. I just want some cyanide. That's it. I think it's just going to be faster than the bee. Let's turn it on. We're producing 20,000 RF. Wow. Now, all we care about is actually fuel. It's 1 millibucket per tick. Not great. But again, it's also not that horrifying. I'm okay with that. Okay, so as I have mentioned earlier in the episode, I really wanted to visit a new dimension and try to progress a bit, but I'm really tired of dimensions. So instead, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make the Deep Knowledge Coalstone. It's a bit of an important thing to do because it's going to give us Deeply Learning Comb. What does it do? It's going to max out any data model that we have. We don't even have to kill the mob. It can be faulty. So it's like the agricultural comb, but instead of 10-10-10ing the seeds, it is going to max out the data models. So how do we make it? We need something called Rosidian Blend, and it does require a bunch of garbage. We need some netherrack dust. There is a puzzle for it. Netherrack ruby. We also have to have a pattern for these things. And it's also amazing that we already have all the dusts. Oh, we have marble. Didn't know that. Sphalerite, galena, and pyrite. We already have these things on auto crafting for the fine mineral dust. And the last one should be galena. So we need something called rosidons. Then we need to surround it with different piles. Yes, that gives us the Rosidian Blend. Grows like a plant. Well, we know how to make the dust. Let's plant this. So you can just plant it. No? How did I get these? You kill a mob. It's not a mob, it's the boss. Oh, you can put it inside the phytogenic insulator. Okay. Obtainable in Gardensia. Didn't want to go through dimensions. Okay, we have to kill a daisy. Let's find the daisy. If I'm not wrong, there used to be daisies here. Oh. Those are the seeds. Yeah. We have the seed. So just out of extreme curiosity, we can plant this. And you can be bone milled, right? I was going to say we don't actually need a lot of that, but maybe we do. Because this Rosidian ingot has other uses. So I don't know how many of them we need. But for the moment, that's more than enough. Let's get a few ingots. Because for our current purpose, we just need 2. And we can have 2. That is an infusion altar recipe, so those are the ingots. We need polymer clay and we also need the armor. The armor is easy peasy. Making the armor was not amazing because each part had different parts. But I believe that should be the recipe, I just have to check the essentia. It's Cognito, Bestia and Machina. We have super fast essentia smelting. So we're good. Don't you worry. Let's start crafting. Hey, you didn't need a lot of... What the hell? Well, it's done anyways. We have the coalstone. So the only job of this coalstone is to give us a bee. I'm hoping nothing goes wrong. I mean, there's not a bee which will kill us or something. You have to be in Gardensia. Oh, what is we are in Gardensia. Do something. Oh, that's it. We have the Deep Learner Queen. Is there anything underneath? No. Agastone. Very fancy. Well, we have the princess, we have the drones, and we have some combs. For the moment, I think we just rolled with this. I don't have to imprint it with genes. Because I have 44,000 agricultural combs and I'm never gonna use that. I just came back from Vibe and also I have been reading some comments, so let's do that before I forget. Somebody noticed that my pendant is Pyroclast pendant. I am very sorry. It was meant to be a crimson pendant. I kind of forgot. Secondly, I just came back from Vibe and I thought maybe we can make a biome out of Vibe, but this is woodland. I wanted to see that we can get cheap ichor, but apparently that's not possible. So if you want to do something in Vibe, you have to do it in Vibe. Also, if we want to convert the magical biome into plains, we need a magic infuser. It's a bit weird because you would expect you need a magic diffuser. Also, somebody asked me for a grave. There was supposed to be a graveyard, but we just have them in rows. But yeah, sure, we can have a graveyard. I'm very sorry, I can't read your name. But you asked for a purple bird. There are no purple birds. Does that count? I don't know, I brought you a parrot. Oh, and by the way, finally somebody explained to me what the hell is wrong with the mobs. So apparently the frosted allure from the corrupted library spawns mobs. It doesn't really bother me. It does sometimes. Well, as I was saying, it doesn't really bother me that much, but maybe we can fill this area with sulfuric acid or something. They spawn, they die. But that is something for later on. For the moment, I want ichor. If you guys remember, for making ichor, what we need is tainted soil, and well, we have plenty. We have 65,000 of it. We don't need more singularities, right? That's 3. That's it. And I think I have already made this one. Okay, so we're good. Don't you worry. Last time that I teleported to Vibe, I teleported from here. So are we next to the setup? Well, the setup itself is gone, but the torches are here. Somebody also mentioned that we can automate this process of making ichor using a mechanical user, which is very true. But honestly speaking, I have nothing else to do, so I'm just gonna AFK here. Alright guys, I'm back in the overworld and we're going to make a pattern for the ichor singularity. You might notice that the process is still ongoing on Vibe. I just brought back 11,000. That should be enough for 2 singularities. What we want to craft is the flux sponge, the creative version. Oh, that was fast. We need 2 midnight blocks, 2 faultless ichor, and this energetic sediment. Oh, and a wet sponge. However, I think we need 2 sponges because one of them is used in order to make the meatball man charm. So I think that's something that we will do next episode. So what do you need? The amount of lithium is fun. The reason that I want the flux sponge is that somebody mentioned this and I kind of forgot. The infernal furnace causes flux, and I have been cooking a ton of meat. I stopped it, but since I need it to work again, I think it's a good idea to have the creative flux sponge. Oh, this is cool. Really cool, and slightly laggy. Okay, I was just actually waiting for motors. We have it. Let's start. This is highly unstable. Very unstable. What's wrong with you? Whatever you do, don't destroy the ichor. Who comes up with these recipes? Also, we lost an ichor. Not the singularity. Oh, I have the ichor. We're good. Yes, it's done. Yay! Flux no more. We shall remove the flux. So I don't really think we need the worms ever again. Do you remove them? It's fine. We kill them. Yeah, it's gone. I think. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.